5 most badass people of all time. I better see Genghis Khan, Hitler, Frieza. Who else? Broly, I need to see him. Madara. Aizen. Yeah, there's a few people we can see on here. What the hell is that?
Hugh Glass was a 19th century American frontiersman, famous for exploring the watershed of the upper Missouri River.
Okay.
What gained him the status of a national hero is an endeavor he made as a fur trapper in 1823, when he famously survived a brutal bear attack. While scouting for food along the Grand River in 1823, Hugh Glass ran into
Didn't Genghis Khan kill millions of people? And this nigga survived from a bear, and he's a badass. Like, bro, Genghis next. Bruh, this is light work for Khan, bruh.
An enraged grizzly bear mother who attacked him to defend her 2 cubs. Unable to reach his rifle as they wrestled on the ground, Glass was able to escape from her death grip and stab her with his knife while she shredded his face, chest, arm, and back with her claws. His wounds were so gruesome that his fellow trappers simply placed a bear hide over him as a funeral shroud and left him for dead so they could get out of the hostile territory and away from the Native Americans who had recently killed half of their crew. With pretty much anyone else, the whole horrendous story would have ended there, but not Hugh Glass.
Oh,
when
God.
Glass eventually regained consciousness, he set his own leg, wrapped himself in his bear hide shroud, and started crawling along the banks of the Cheyenne River. During the insane trek across country that followed, he prevented gangrene from infecting his wounded back by lying on a rotting log and allowing maggots to eat his dead flesh. He sustained him.
No, that's not what he did. That nigga was tired. He didn't realize the dead log had maggots, and he coincidentally laid on it. He didn't do that on purpose. And I still don't see how he's a badass.
Himself by killing and eating rattlesnakes, and crawled overland for 6 weeks until he reached civilization, which was baffled and impressed to see him alive.
Let's get this straight. So this nigga got attacked by a bear, right? He ate rattlesnakes, and he had maggots on his back, and he was infected. They said that that bear ripped off his chest and face, and he walked for 6 weeks to civilization. Okay, all right.
Juliane KOEPCKE is a German zoologist, and even though she's made contributions in her field, she's more famous for being a plane crash survivor. In the early 70s, at the age of 17, Juliane was on a flight from Lima to Pucallpa with her mother when the plane was struck by lightning. Juliane was the sole survivor of the plane crash, which fell a total of 2 miles from the sky. She was strapped to her seat and landed in a rainforest with injuries of a concussion, broken collarbone, a gash to her right arm, and her right eye swollen shut. The sweets she found while checking for survivors ended up being her only food. She followed a small stream, expecting it to lead her to civilization. After 9 sleep-deprived days spent in knee-high water with an empty stomach, KOEPCKE finally came across a boat belonging to lumbermen, who tended to her wounds and eventually got her to safety.
The good old lumberman. Okay.
SIMO HAYHA was a Finnish
Okay, yeah. SIMO must have been through some shit. He must have been through some. Oh my goodness. This man mouth looking like Miggy from Parasite. Only a few gonna get that reference.
Farmer and hunter living on the present-day border between.
Yeah, that last girl wasn't really badass though. She survived a plane crash. I just feel like there's more things in life that could have been chosen for that.
SIMO HAYHA was a Finnish farmer and hunter living on the present-day border between Finland and Russia, who joined the Finnish militia at the early age of 20.
Okay.
This seemingly average young man turned into a legendary sniper, nicknamed White Death. HAYHA was a remarkable shot who broke all known records. During a 100-day period, he managed to kill 500 soldiers of the Red Army, reaching a remarkable number of.
Hold up, so how do we go from a bear survivalist to a plane crash survival to a nigga killing 500 people? I just feel like we're all over the place right now.
5 successful hits per day. HUGH operated during the very few daily hours of sunlight, in white camouflage, in temperatures between -40 and -20 degrees Celsius. The Soviets put his murder as a priority and attempted to kill him with counter-snipers and artillery strikes, but failed repeatedly. In March 1940, HAYHA was finally hit. An explosive bullet hit him in the lower left jaw and took off half of his face.
Yeah.
Still,
half of his face. Half. My nigga, do you know what half is? They took off a corner of this nigga's chin. His face looks fine. Okay, it doesn't look fine, but it's like...
HUGH didn't die. Remarkably, he pulled through and lived to see the end of the fighting, even though the bullet had crushed his jaw and blew off his left cheek.
Oh my. Okay. If I look like that, I wouldn't want to live no more. Okay. I don't think I would want to live through that one. All it took was one explosive round.
HAYHA managed to make a full recovery. SHAVARSH KARAPETYAN is a 17-time world champion Soviet Armenian fin swimmer. Although a prominent name in the obscure underwater sport, Karapetyan is actually best known for the incident which made him retire. In 1976, while training with his brother alongside a lake, Karapetyan witnessed...
Let me guess, he fought a shark?
A trolleybus crash with 92 passengers inside. The trolleybus fell from a dam wall and splashed at the bottom of a 10-meter deep reservoir.
So he carried the bus on the land
and single-handedly rescued 20 people from the sinking bus.
He carried the bus?
Managed to break into the trolleybus and, with barely any visibility and very little time, pull 20 passengers up to safety. Unfortunately, the combined effect of cold water and the multiple wounds he received led to him falling into a 45-day coma. He awoke a hero, but never managed to recover completely.
Wait, how? That's crazy how he can go from actively saving people to practically dying 5 minutes after saving them. That's insane to me. Okay, that was kind of badass. I'll give it to him.
Sadly ended his career, but saved many lives. Karapetyan repeated his heroism 10 years later when he rescued people trapped in a burning building, which made him become a household name. Roy Benavidez was a former member of the United States Army Special Forces who was awarded the Medal of Honor for his actions in Vietnam. He is best known for surviving the impossible. He went to save his comrades who were outnumbered. The helicopter couldn't land because of the intense small arms fire, so he jumped from the hovering helicopter around 30 to 50 feet in the air. He then had to run 75
and landed on what? You want me to say he landed on his feet? He landed on his feet, 50 feet in the air. Okay.
Meters to his comrades, where he was shot in the leg. He then had to run 75 meters to his comrades, where he was shot in the leg, face, and head on the way.
Who the fuck measured these meters? And he got shot leg, face, and neck?
5 meters to his comrades, where he was shot in the leg, face, and head on the way. Once he got there, he started rescuing his squad mates, and while he was doing so, got shot in the gut and took a grenade to the back. After all of this, he was miraculously still mobile and—
No! He took a grenade to the back. So you're telling me someone just pitched a grenade at his back, and he just and it didn't explode, right? He just hit him like it was a baseball. You want to tell me a grenade exploded on his fucking back? Who is counting the meters? How the hell they know it's 75 meters? There's no way you got shot in the face twice and you were still moving. And then took a grenade. Okay. All right. Nigga, I can't do that in GTA. I can't do that in Call of Duty. I can't do that in fucking Battlefield. All right. All right, bud.
And still going. Roy then found out the helicopter he previously jumped from had crashed, so he went and rescued the wounded pilot from the wreckage and proceeded to call in airstrikes and call for another rescue attempt.
And then look, he saves the people, and with the points he get from saving them, now he has a streak for an airstrike. Okay. Nigga got fucking streaks, bro.
was shot in the thigh a couple more times, and on his
A
trip to
couple?
the backup rescue chopper, he was beaten and stabbed by an enemy, who he then killed in hand-to-hand combat. Once he finally made it back to the chopper, he then allowed his comrades to pull him in. When they arrived back to the base, he was pronounced dead and put into a body bag. As they were zipping up the body bag, he had only the strength to spit to let them know he was still alive. He survived these wounds and received the Medal of Honor.
So you're telling me he got shot in the face, shot in the head, shot in the leg 2 more times, stabbed, a grenade to the back, and then he allowed his team to put him on a helicopter and he's still good. All right. And I fuck dolphins. Like,